The Ace Man's keeping busy. Why don't you join us for a live podcast in Irvine at the Irvine Improv on July 10th. And then 4 shows in Covina, California at the Laugh Factory Covina on July 11th and July 12th. Tickets for these and more shows are available at adamcarolla.com. For the 4th, he took his dog to the beach, cracked a beer, and lit off a couple of sparklers. I'm just kidding. You can't do any of that shit in California. Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. No choice but get it on. The mandate. You get it on. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for telling a friend. Erica Rhodes in studio. Very funny stand-up comedian. She's got dates all over the place. Kansas City coming up. Also, Illinois coming up. And what you can do is you can go to ericarhodescomedy.com if you want to see the comedy stylings of Erica Rhodes. All right. Yes, I think we are taping this show the day before the 4th of July. And I'm telling you that because there's some stuff we got to get into, and there's going to be a little bit of a timeline. I am going to go down to Malibu, and the comedy is if I stood in the middle of the sand in Malibu alone and lit a cigarette, I would have somebody come up to me and find me or tell me to put it out. And then I would say, behold. And I would wave my arm to the hills, and all you'd see was charred remains for as far as the eye could see. And I'd say, what really is the danger factor here? You think there's a fire factor here? Because everything that could possibly burn is already burned. And then they would say, no, it's not the fire. It's the secondhand smoke.
Whoa.
There are people that are downwind there about 30 yards who may, and I was like, this entire place was one giant fucking inferno ashtray. Do you not think they breathed in enough secondhand ash or toxic this or that? And they would go, you got to put the cigarette out. And if I said, I'm not going to do it, I'm a taxpayer, then I would be arrested. That's California.
Get on the ground, get on the ground, get on the ground.
This got to be your newest vlog gag. You got to do this.
Oh, I'll dress up like a fireman and hit you with the halon.
I would stand next to the guy who was arrested for paddleboarding during COVID, and I would go, all right, America, you want to know, would you like to know what California's like?
But you can set off fireworks on the beach and probably
if you
be
speak
fine.
Spanish.
No.
Yeah.
In California?
Well, in California on July 4th, people are doing it all over town.
No, not legally.
So naive, so innocent, so innocent.
He is a babe in the woods.
You couldn't do it on the beach. You would get in trouble on the beach. Oh. If you lived in South Central, you could do it in your backyard.
That's what I was thinking.
Or you could do it on a bridge during a street takeover.
Yes.
Or you could fire it at ICE officials.
Yeah.
Non-4th of July. But if you went to Santa Monica and you just went out onto the beach and you started lighting off bottle rockets or fireworks, you would be, a guy in a quad would come up to you with a windbreaker and you'd be fucked up.
Okay, so it's just the beach.
It's just the beach you couldn't do it.
Can't do
the rest is lawless.
Right.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, because downtown, people are setting off fireworks downtown during July 4th.
Oh, the craziest drive is, people should do it. There's actually video of it, but if you drove, I always used to go out to Jimmy's place down at Huntington Beach or whatever beach it was down there, and then hang out for 4th of July, and then you drive home at like 10 at night. When you go down the 110 at night, now it's the 110 that's downtown, kind of south centrally, kind of by the 10. But it's that 10. When you go down that 10, it's right on through the hood and the barrio.
Yeah.
And there's just fucking fireworks on each side. It's really kind of its own show.
Yes, I've been stuck on the highway many times because of bad traffic on July 4th, and that's where I saw the fireworks.
Yeah, that's where you see it.
On the highway.
You don't see it when you get in. You wouldn't see it on the 2 going into Glendale or something like that, or you wouldn't see it on the 210. You wouldn't see it going into Pasadena or anything like that. But when you're in the barrio, yeah. So I said to somebody, they showed a helicopter view of it. It was a fireworks show, but it's weird because fireworks shows are usually concentrated, and this is like a spread out fireworks show, but just everyone. But it's always the shit neighborhood. So I said, I tweeted that ICE should just follow the bottle rocket.
Oh my
God! Literally, it's a signal flare going deport me. Like you're stuck and you want to go deport. Follow the bottle rockets, ICE. Because I guarantee wherever they're fired from and wherever they land, those people need to go back.
Focus on the high quality ones. Those come direct from Tijuana.
Yes. So I tweeted. Just follow the bottle rockets and we'll deport those people. Right. And I'm very controversial, but always accurate.
Yeah.
And then somebody tweeted, like, that's some racist shit. You know, you don't think white people shoot off fireworks? And I go, not here they don't.
Not
they
as
do
much.
in Indiana. They do in Kentucky. But they don't. White people do not, look.
Law abiders.
Okay, I'll tell you where white people live here. You know the number one place white people live here?
Pasadena?
Yeah, I was thinking.
No. I think. I remember hearing this because it's comical. Remember when the Black Lives Matter woman who cares about black people bought her $5 million mansion?
Calabasas.
Topanga.
Topanga
is the whitest place because it's crunchy.
Yes.
So what I mean is, like, there's white neighborhoods, but they're not really white because there's some Persian and there's some Indian, there's some Chinese, there's other money.
Yeah.
But Topanga is like crunchy. It's like white people. You know, there's no Persians that want to live in fucking Topanga. They need lots of room for ornate tile and things like
When
that.
you say crunchy, what do you mean, Ace?
Hippy dippy.
So
I can like start a
crystals
so like
and yoga.
Beverly Hills.
Vegan.
Beverly Hills is rich and white, but it's not crunchy. So if you're here, the Sultan of Brunei buys his sister a house, he doesn't buy it in Topanga. Topanga's crunchy. They have the Renaissance fair in there and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it weeds out all the poor people. So that then shrinks the white. You know, now it's down to white, Asian, Persian, and whatever. Jew and all that, and then
just one Jew.
No, then it weeds the Jews out. There's no Jews aren't crunchy. They want to fucking live up in those hills.
Yeah.
So it's like it's the whitest of the white because it actually it doesn't just discriminate against money. It discriminates against everyone.
Yeah.
And then you have to have money. But the chick from the Black Lives Matter, the one that's scared, you know, we have to understand what life is like for a black woman in America because she's scared, you know, because there's places she's not wanted and whatnot. She got to give her kids the talk. She bought a place in Topanga. So she's the only black person in Topanga. Somehow feels safe.
It didn't
living amongst all the races.
It didn't burn down in the fires.
I kind of hope it did, but I don't know.
She's got a secret hunger for outdoorsmen.
But here's the thing. The least amount of fireworks is going to be Topanga. Mm-hmm. You can just do it by shade. I'll show you the shade. We'll go down the shade and the grade, and we'll eventually get to the most.
All right, we're getting
we'll
somewhere.
start at just super honky. That'll be the least, and then we'll get, Santa Monica, Pasadena, whatever. So then
Beverly Hills, probably not a lot of fireworks.
No, and so the person was like, "That's racist," and I'm like, "It's not racist. That's L.A. There's no." It's Mexicans fire this shit up. Probably black, but it's probably predominantly.
Statistics are well-known racists.
Right. So so follow the bottle rockets, ICE.
Yeah.
And we'll get some bus in.
Koreatown had a lot when I lived there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, probably a few Koreans in this country.
There are a lot of Mexicans in Koreatown.
The Armenians love their fireworks as well.
Oh,
yes.
There's some good shows in North Hollywood.
That's true, too. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Armos.
All the way around. Several of my neighbors put on shows every year.
But hold on. Those aren't Mexicans because Glendale's all Armo, and they don't really do it in Glendale.
They do it in North Hollywood. They also put in the columned and pillared porches on 1,000-square-foot houses to make it look like a castle and a big statue of a lion and a water feature.
And they're beautiful
That's
aesthetic culture. Yeah,
who lives there?
Yeah, it's like I didn't think wrought iron could look good in white. But okay.
A marble walkway.
I love it. Yeah, they love tile. They love tile.
Yes.
They're grout-based society. They're grout-oriented.
I will take some pictures on my next dog
I know.
walk.
I've seen it all. The house I have I open the closet. There's travertine tile in a closet. It's not even a walk-in closet. It's a small hall closet with tile in the closet. I said, oh, Armo.
A guy with a corner lot has a polished marble slate walkway from his porch with lions on it to the sidewalk surrounded by dead lawn.
This is this is fascinating. I'm fascinated by... It's kind of like the brother with the big stud fake diamond earring who's driving a beater Camry from 13 years ago. And you're like, does anybody, you know what I mean? Like, are we mistaking you for a rich baller because we see your life? You know, what's the earring? Right. What's the earring doing?
Faking it till he's making it.
Yeah. But it always reminded me years ago, speaking of the Mexicans, I work with Mexicans, man. I always work with Mexicans because that's construction.
Yeah.
And I thought you were in the banda scene.
No, but they're in the construction. I was in it, and they always had beater ass pickup trucks. Back when people drove real beater trucks, they don't really drive beaters anymore, but they drove beaters. Because there was nothing on credit, nothing was new, and everything's kind of nice now, but shit was junk and it was expensive, and you couldn't buy stuff on credit. We didn't have credit. You know, you'd buy a truck, you'd open the recycler, you'd pay $900, you get a truck. These guys always had decals of Brahma Bulls on the side doors. I see all these Mexican trucks, the Brahma Bull, and big, beautiful color Brahma Bull decals on these beater ass Gardner trucks and stuff, you know? And so one day I started noticing all these Brahma Bulls and I was like, hey, Jose, what is it with the stickers of the cow? What's the Brahma Bull stickers on it? It's not a team. It doesn't have a name under it. It's not an Arena League team or anything. It's a majestic Brahma Bull sticker. So I go, what is this about, you know, with your culture? Because I see it a lot.
Yeah.
You're not ranchers. We're just spreading stucco in Canoga Park with me.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? You don't have acreage. You have a fucking apartment building in Van Nuys with your old lady and 7 kids, you know. What's with the Brahma Bull sticker? And he goes, I swear to God, he goes, in my country, it means prosperity. And I said... Yeah, but it's on a door that's covered in Bondo and primer on a beater fucking truck that's worth $400. It means prosperity. I'd like, you know what means prosperity in my country? A new fucking truck. A nice truck. A truck that doesn't have a space saver spare as one of the tires. And a license plate held on with a coat hanger. That's my country. And then I realized, there's cultural differences. He's going to take a fucking sticker of a fucking cow and put it on the side of his truck. And I realized, I think your priorities are in the wrong place, bro.
Yeah.
So I fired some fire rockets at him, bottle rockets, and I called Tom Homan. We have tape of it. Do we have footage of the thing? So
Brahma Bull?
Yeah, this
I like the word Brahma Bull.
It's good. So if you go through L.A., as a matter of
this is
fact,
where you would see them.
I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this too. You can play it, by the way. It's a fireworks show in the hood off the freeway,
bro.
And you know what?
Oh my God! I love LA, dude. I'm sorry, I love this.
But can we say this?
I want to watch the world burn. I guess this is great.
Can we do this? It's just going down the 10 freeway or the 101 or 110 at night. And it's just fireworks.
I've been stuck so many times on that drive.
Yeah. It's all trafficy.
Yeah, because it's the worst. If you try to go to the beach, you just get stuck here.
I'm going to argue that this year is going to be the best year to watch illegal fireworks because they're canceling scheduled fireworks.
Oh, they are. Mike, I'm Dawson.
Really?
I'm in front of you. I don't
like the sound though. I don't like it.
There's no more down at Santa Monica, down Malibu. You know, there's no beach, there's no anything. Everyone's freaked out. Fire. this is where it's going to be. Plus, we got ICE. Plus, we got a lot of rebellious illegals. We got people are pent up. People got their fireworks out just from firing it at ICE, so they got their wicks and their punks and everything. They're ready to go.
So you heard them. Drink your riot punch and get out there, kids.
What I'm saying is instead of heading down to the beach and seeing nothing,
just go to the
why
highway.
don't we pack ourselves a picnic bag and sit on the, just pull over on the 110 and just sit on the hood of the car, crack a Zima, have
they're
a sandwich.
everywhere. Look, you can see them coming from the houses,
This
from
is
the
where
backyard.
we're going. This is where to go this year.
I just got a new roof. And I'm really
rough. I don't know. I'm with you.
I want to get on top of the roof and watch.
Yeah. And bring your fire hose like Rick
even though it was
Caruso.
finished 2 days ago, I can walk on it. It's not going to disturb anything.
Yeah.
Construction.
I have to leave
thing.
town. I have to leave town during July 4th because I can't take the sound of it.
Really? Wait.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Hold on.
I had a pit
Shingle,
bull that
rolled
had the same
roof,
problem.
flat, torch down?
The torch down shingle, whatever. The standard. I don't know what it's called.
Is it a flat roof or is it pitched?
It's pitched.
Oh, then it's not torch down.
Okay.
Just be
It's
just be
shingle,
careful
but they
sitting on
have
it.
to use that torch to seal everything. Is all I was saying.
Don't put a blanket down.
Really?
Well, there actually maybe that was the part of the flat. There is a flat part of.
That's
the
where they
roof.
use the torch.
Yeah, there you go.
The other part's shingle.
Okay.
Where are you
Yeah, you
from?
can get
Where
up
are you
there.
from that you say roof?
Roof.
California.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I also say elephant weird.
How do you say elephant?
I guess I said it right.
All right. Anyway, let's not get mired here. Why do you have to leave? You can't take the sound?
Yeah, I don't like when it's just nonstop fireworks.
You're like a Shih Tzu.
Yeah, I'm like a Shih Tzu.
I don't care.
You don't. It doesn't bother you. Doesn't sound like explosions.
I'm weird. If I hear a backup beeper, it drives me nuts, but I don't mind big concussions. and
Okay,
explosions.
interesting.
Well, with the context, it's 4th
Yeah.
of July. I mean, it's sort of like thunder and lightning.
I don't mind if it's far away, but if it feels like it's in somebody's backyard, that scares me.
I moved above Disneyland at some point in my life where I was like up the hill, and every day the fireworks go off. Every day, my big tough pit bull would piss his pants.
Really?
And crawl under the bed. Like it was, this poor guy.
So, all right, now back to fireworks and this thing that I forgot about. So I was informed that the actor Michael Madsen died.
What?
Yes, I was informed of that on the ride in. And Michael's a really cool dude. I mean, great in the movies for sure.
Yes.
And great in all the Quentin Tarantino movies and beyond. Just a cool cat. Oh, by the way, the BLM chick lives in Topanga's a $6 million house.
And it didn't burn down?
In Topanga Canyon. She's literally... I want to... Like, God's honest. Your pitch is how dangerous it is to be a black person in the United States with systemic racism and all that goes along with it, and you move to literally the whitest place in California because you want to be safe and secure.
Yeah.
Can we believe you anymore in your fear of the white man? I'm just putting it out there. All right, Michael Madsen Dawson was what? How old was he when he passed?
Aw, he looks like a nice guy.
Oh yeah, especially when he cut the guy's ear off.
67.
67. And get some of his biggest movies.
Oh man, come on, Hateful Eight.
Sure.
Man, Reservoir Dogs.
He was in The
Dawson has it
Doors,
ready.
The Natural. Mm-hmm. He played a small part in War Games.
Oh, he was in The Natural, huh? Mm-hmm. Donnie Brasco.
Donnie Brasco, Thelma and Louise.
He wasn't in Pulp Fiction at all?
No. Your favorite species?
Oh yeah. Natasha Henstridge.
Yeah.
Die Another Day. Scary Movie 4.
Man, that was a good one. Actually, underrated.
And The Getaway with Alec Baldwin.
Oh.
A movie called Kill Me Again, which I've never seen.
Well, we were going to pull his...
I got his
greatest
15
hits.
best movies right here, according to some people.
Kill Me
Die
Again.
Another Day. Species. Free Willy.
Oh, Free Willy.
Mulholland Falls. The Doors.
Oh.
Oh, he's great in The Doors.
Yes.
He played Virgil Earp in Kevin Costner's Wyatt Earp, which is more like watching the History Channel. If you're into it, it's It's equal to Tombstone.
The hell's
I
that
think.
cost
Just
to
a lot
know about
longer.
Westerns?
Just a lot longer. The Hateful Eight, Thelma and Louise,
He's
Donnie
great in Hateful
Brasco,
Eight.
Thelma
Kill
and
Bill
Louise,
Volume
too.
2, and then most famously, of course, Reservoir Dogs.
And Donnie Brasco, right? You say?
Yep.
Yeah, he's great. And he was
Yeah.
a fun guy. So I was driving in here, and Andrew told me Michael Madsen died. And I was like, oh, man, that guy was a fun guy. Like, it was a fun conversation. He came in here, and we had a fun conversation. And you kind of remember, you don't remember people necessarily by all the conversations you had when you talked to 15,000 people. You just go, good guy, bad guy, funny person, unfunny, boring, fucking whatever. Bad thought, good thought, you know. It's really just bad thought, good thought, you know. And then there's people who come in where you go, oh, douche, you know. And then other people where you go, oh, fun guy. And he came in. So I said to Andrew, I go, you know, he was in here several years ago, and he was talking about, he was doing a Nick Nolte impersonation because Nick Nolte was his neighbor in Malibu. And I said, yeah, go find him talking about Nick Nolte and doing a Nick Nolte impersonation because it was really funny. And then I realized that, or Andrew realized that it was 4th of July conversation we were having as it pertained to Nick Nolte.
Wow.
And then the conversation I had with Michael Madsen was on the eve of 4th of July, or 4th of July weekend was upon us.
Geez.
And he lived in Malibu, and I was asking him what he was going to do because they used to put a big barge out there and do the thing, and he told me about Nick Nolte. And that's the coincidence on top of this. So a little homage to the great Michael Madsen. I guess a couple minutes long, and it's him telling me doing Nick Nolte and fireworks.
I'm good friends with Nick Nolte, and he usually comes by my house with a great big roll of firecrackers. And I used to get stuff from American Soldier magazine, or Soldier of Fortune magazine. They used to UPS me fireworks. But, you know, now after 9/11, I can't get them anymore. So
Hold on. I want to get into this for a second.
rockets and all kind of good
First
stuff.
off,
But, you can't do them anymore.
Do
They won't
you
do it.
and Nick Nolte have some sort of gravelly voice off?
Oh,
Where you're like Nick's like,
Jesus
hey.
Christ, Madsen, I brought some firecrackers over here. God damn it, if I'm going to set them off whether you like it or not. God damn it.
Here, you want to eat another cigarette?
Give me a Marlboro.
Yeah.
I need another one.
I made a
Jesus
smoothie.
Christ.
I made a smoothie out of gravel.
Stop smoking.
Chewing tobacco and gravel.
I was actually in Paris one time, and he usually comes around the 4th of July.
Nolte.
And my wife calls me. She goes, Michael. She goes, Nick is here. And I said, well, honey, you know, I'm not home. I'm in Paris, for Christ's sake. And she goes, I know, but, you know, he just came over like he does. He'll just show up. And so I said, put him on the phone. And he's like,
Hey, Madsen, where the hell are you? What the fuck are you doing? I heard you're over in Paris.
and I was, yeah, I'm in Paris, Nick.
He goes, oh, well, you'd mind if I hang around for a while?
And I said, well, all right, Nick, if you'd like to. And so my wife gets back on the phone, and she goes, you know, he's sitting outside, and he's wearing a dress.
Wow.
And I said, a dress? She goes, oh, no, it's not really a dress. It's like one of those wraparound things. And I said, put him back on the phone. So he's like, yeah. And I go, what the fuck? I said, what are you wearing? Something strange. He goes, no. I got these in India, and I'm going to leave one for you. They're really great. You know, they're very comfortable, and I'll leave a few for you. And I said, okay, Nick, whatever. And my wife, she calls back like 4 hours later, and I says, is Nick still there? And she goes, yes, he's still here.
Wow.
He's outside.
Yeah, how do you show Nick Nolte the door? That's a problem that most people, you know, aren't blessed with.
He's a wonderful guy.
So
he's a very good friend.
You're
I
going to
love
be.
Nick very much.
Yeah, Michael Madsen doing his Nick Nolte. Good dude. You could tell he's a fun dude.
Yeah, he
sense
had
of
a
humor.
sexy voice, too.
What would you guys
Kinda
call
sexy.
his constant expression? He always has an expression like he's about to ask you a
Yeah,
question.
he's about to.
Yeah.
Or he's about to figure something out. Like,
Kind of gets you to lean in.
I guess it's what makes you an actor.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's like, oh, come here. I've got something to tell you.
A little bit
like,
of pursed
yeah, I got a
lips like
sexy
this.
voice.
And my voice is a little bit gravelly, but not that bad.
But I told my wife.
When I think about it all the time.
Cocaine Air. All right. Picture this. Miami in the 80s, right? And you've got this guy, TJ Dominguez. By day, he's running the world's biggest Lamborghini dealership. But at night, the dude's basically moving mountains of cocaine for Pablo frickin' Escobar. I'm talking almost 100 million a month, adjusted for inflation, of course. And his family, totally clueless. He's got planes, boats, mansions all over Miami. And get this, a pet mountain lion named Top Cat, because why not? Now, for the first time, TJ is telling his story on a brand new podcast called Cocaine Air. It's Scarface and Narcos. It's like they had a baby. This would be it. Cocaine Air. So check it out. Just search for Cocaine Air wherever you get podcasts. Am I right, Dawson?
TJ never set out to be a cocaine smuggler, but when his dad suddenly died of cancer, a couple of con artist bankers swooped in and scammed him out of all his money. And those tragic events sent him down a really dark path of revenge and vindication. And even when the feds busted him in 1988 and put him in prison, he actually bought a helicopter from behind bars, hired a pilot, and hatched the most audacious prison break in the history of prison breaks. Listen to Cocaine Air wherever you get your podcasts.
BetterHelp. This podcast is sponsored in part by BetterHelp. I'm telling you, there's a lot of stress. A lot of people stressed out everywhere at the workplace. I don't know what's going on. I used to work on a construction site. I mean, it was tough, but we didn't really have stress. Now it's all stress. Workplace stress, well, it's one of the top causes of declining mental health, with 61% of global workers experiencing higher than normal levels of stress. A holiday is great, but it isn't a good long-term solution to stress. Don't forget that therapy can help you navigate whatever challenges the workday or any day might bring you. Always been a big fan of therapy. I mean, heck, I guess it's kind of the business I was in with Dr. Drew all those years. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. It's BetterHelp. Am I right, Dawson?
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Life isn't about resolutions that fade by February. It's about picking up the pen and becoming the author of your own life. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, convenient, and flexible. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Well, I'm happy in a sense that these guys, with this new era and podcasting and stuff, you get these long form interviews with these guys that are just digital and captured and just sort of forever. And if anyone wants to kind of know what Nick Nolte was like, you can just listen to me talk to him for an hour and a half, and then it's left behind, which is, Marcel Marceau and Ingrid Bergman and all the others, actors of the past, they didn't
get a podcast.
You didn't know who the fuck, you saw them in black and white or whatever, but you didn't really know who they were.
I think that's also a problem with celebrity too. Now that we're all overexposed, that there's gives a chance for people to hate you.
Oh, it's definitely the problem. It's definitely the problem with like Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Robert
There's
De Niro
no
was
mystery. We know he's a dumb
enigmatic genius, and now he's a fucking dumb shit.
Yeah.
Because he goes on The View and starts talking.
That's the one thing Bob Dylan got right, is he just does. He's still mysterious.
Bruce Springsteen.
We still don't know what he's like.
Yes, smart.
Yeah.
All right. What was I going to say? All right, here's what I got next. I know. I had a conversation yesterday. And the conversation, I realize, encapsulates most every conversation. When I die, I'll go, if you want to know what life was like for me, it would be this conversation. And I have this all the time. It's also a thing I have that I'm interested in that I have a field of expertise, and that's home improvement, Yeah. And sometimes I'll just walk into a place, and I'll walk into a cabinet place, and the guy will be going let me show you my cabinets, and I'll go, and the drawers, are they just, are they butted, or they do like a dovetail joint, or is it like a rabbit joint? And I'll go, it's dovetail. And I'll go, okay. And The bottom, what do you do? You got to assemble the drawer. The bottom just slides in. Yeah. So it's just got a dado. Yeah. You slide it in the dado. Yeah. And then they go, the hinge, is self-closing? Euro? Yeah. Accurite full extension slides? Yeah. Are they full overlay doors? Or are they half overlay doors? Half overlay. And what do you guys do with the face frame? Do you dowel those? And then they'll go, no, we don't do it. We just do a butt joint. And at a certain point, I'll go, do you want to know why I know all this stuff, or are we just going to keep talking like I'm some fucking housewife from Encino or something? And at some point, I'll tell them I used to build cabinets, and then they'll go, "Oh, okay." But they're just
not impressed.
They don't care. They don't care about it. So I was talking to a plumber yesterday. Now I'm gonna lay this out in layman's terms, and I'm looking at you.
Uh-oh.
But I'm looking at you too, Mayhem.
Yeah.
Layman's terms.
Yeah.
I know words.
We know layman, what layman means.
Yeah.
Now, when there's a thing. See, everything in construction is like trying to get easier, more efficient, and faster. So now, when you used to put plumbing in a house, plumbing started with steel galvanized pipes, long gray galvanized pipes with fittings, 90 degrees, caps, T's, threaded. And they had to sit in the driveway and cut the pipe and put it on a threading machine, which was a real fucking bear. And they'd thread them and they'd push them through the wall and they'd screw it all on. And then somebody said, what if we used copper? And instead of having to thread every joint and every turn and all the things, the T's and the turns and we'll just take these couplers and we'll put it on there with some solder and we'll put a torch on it. We'll sweat it and we'll seal it. We'll make it we'll solder it closed. And somebody went, yeah, it's a lot faster and easier, lighter. Now you plumb with copper. And then so copper was around for a long time. And then somebody went, why do we have to do all the sweating with the torch and the turns and the fittings and everything? Why don't we just take essentially like a thick rubber hose and just pull it through and turn it around and turn up? We'll call it PEX. It's just flexible. You can go where you want with it. And, there's fittings and crimpings and stuff to it, but it's so much easier just to plumb a house with PEX. It's not starts with the big iron pipe. Yeah. Galvine, all the fittings and threadings, goes to the copper with this sweating, which is faster. Now it's real fast. PEX.
The evolution.
Right, because it's all labor and weight. It's easier to. Okay. So I'm up with a lot of stuff. But I'm not up with everything because I've not been in the business for a little while. Yeah. And I'm talking to the plumber. And the plumber goes, I got to take gas pipe. And I got to go under the house. I can go around and pop up in the thing. And I go, okay. I go, is it green pipe? And he goes, no, that's for bearing, which I knew gas pipe. When it's green, it's for in the ground. But I thought under the house, I don't know. But he goes, no, it's for bearing. I go, okay, so just black iron pipe? He goes, no, they have a new thing now where it's flexible. You can do it. It's a gas pipe, but you can flex it and go straight where you want.
Yeah.
It's not PVC, but it's gas. It's for gas, but it's flex. And so I go, oh, like PEX.
There we go.
And he goes, it's not PEX. I go, okay. I mean, like PEX. Like you can do. Yes. Somebody figured out we don't have to do all the fittings and all the stuff. We can do it.
Simile.
We can do it like PEX.
Yes.
And he goes, it's not PEX. And I go, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, fine, I'm fine. I by the way, I know what PEX is, so I know it's not. Okay, fine.
But sometimes you run into somebody as particular as you.
Yes, I talked to him 10 minutes. I said, like PEX. Like PEX.
Yes.
You could flex, meaning smart. You can flex it.
Yes.
Hang up phone. Calls back 5 minutes later. He goes, look, we got to run the line to the refrigerator for the water. Feed the fridge. I go, yeah? He goes, now, we could use copper. I go, yeah? Or we could use PEX. And then he goes, PEX is a flexible plastic. I just said PEX. I told you what PEX was.
Yes.
This one is flexible. I go,
trolling.
I know. I just said like PEX. You said no, and now you're telling me, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I just realized, that's every conversation I've ever had with everyone.
Yeah.
They never know what the fuck I'm talking about. They never listen.
Yeah, they don't listen.
No one ever goes, okay, you know what PEX is. Fine.
Yeah.
They never. It's just always something new and dumb, and they don't know what you mean.
Yeah. Well, they're probably so on autopilot. They just say the same thing to everyone. So they're used to explaining it in the same exact way to each person.
Don't make it make sense.
Well, knock it off, everyone. Just knock it off. All right. Other things.
That's more I've learned about plumbing than I've ever.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready to lay line. Let's do it. I'm ready to run some pipe.
Tell Erica you're ready to lay some pipe.
Yeah, next time, is it copper or is it PEX? I need to know this shit.
All right. Other
Before
things.
you plunge my toilet, let me know.
Plunge my toilet. All right. The other thing I like to sit around and sort of
Agonize over.
agonize. Agonize is right.
Good word.
Yeah.
Agonize is right. I'm sorry, I'm going to ask Andrew. Did you pull that Newsom clip and or the Nithia Raman one? Because things fall through the cracks around here sometimes. I was driving. I realized that people sort of, for the most part, in this town have difficulty driving. Like they just don't drive sort of efficiently. Like I was literally at a red a red light the other day, and someone's in the right lane, and I just honked, like turn, you're turn, and they're like, huh? And I just teep. I don't know. And at some point, I just laid on the horn and didn't break it. I just laid on it. I was like, would you fucking turn? You can turn.
Yes.
You can turn right. It's legal.
Yeah.
You come to a full stop. Then you turn right.
Yeah.
If there's no cars coming. But also, it doesn't have to be no cars were ever born. It could just be no cars in the lane that you're turning into. You can feather in.
Yeah.
You can zipper in. Just turn. Turn. And no one here's my theory.
They're texting.
No, but that's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm usually taking a selfie.
People no one is from Los Angeles. No one is from here. They come from places where it isn't legal to turn on a red. So you grow up in some town in Arizona or New York or something where there's no right on a red, and you spend the first 40 years of your life there. Then you come here, you don't turn right on red unless somebody tells you.
Right.
But there's no campaign.
Yeah.
The campaign is click it or ticket or slow for the cone zone. There's no messaging out there. And I'm like, let's move it along. Let's get it going. Use your turn signal and fucking turn.
Honk for right.
God, it's so bad. So then I was just sitting there and I was driving through my left turn red arrow. I drive through right turn red arrows, which there is in my neighborhood now, left turn red arrows, and red lights in general now. Now I just go through red. That's my thing.
Rules don't apply.
And I realize it's fine. You can look around. There's no cars around. Then just go do what you want.
Yeah.
And then everyone goes, you're going to get a ticket. And then I go, I've been driving through red turn left arrows for, I say 25 years, but I started before 2000.
And you've never been pulled over.
No, but I want people to understand something that they will not fully digest. I was talking to a woman today. And she's pulled over on PCH. Mm-hmm. And people are pulled over all over the place on PCH. PCH has a new speed limit. It's 25 miles an hour because there's work crews or trucks or, business, fire business.
Yeah.
And PCH, which I have driven on recently, is big, it's open, and there's no lights, and you just sort of go.
Yeah.
And so you're going along at 40 and it's nothing. Like you're just driving. You don't feel you're not speeding, you're not breaking the law, especially an electric car. Electric car is just zooming along. You look down, you're going 43 miles an hour, and you're getting lit up. I see people pulled over all the time.
Whoa.
It's 25. The speed limit's 25. You're going 42.
Wow.
Your 42 feels like nothing.
Yeah.
But it says 25.
Wow.
And they are writing every motherfucker a ticket
Oh my God.
for going 10 miles an hour faster speed limit on PCH.
Yeah, they got to pay for that fire cleanup somehow.
Right. So now everybody is getting pulled over on PCH. None of them feel like they're doing something that is inherently illegal because it doesn't feel like you're doing something.
Yeah.
When you drive through a red, that feels illegal and people won't do it. But you'll never get a ticket because there is no cops waiting at every intersection because nobody does it. They're all over PCH because everyone does it. They go where the fish are.
Yeah.
100%. I see people in my neighborhood. You know where you see fucking chicken shit tickets? Nonstop chicken shit. 4-way stop signs. Cops hang out at 4-way stop signs because they know people roll through them because you come up, you see it's 4-way, no one's around, and you go, fuck it. And you get every motherfucker who worked in this building has gotten a ticket from the 4-way stop sign that's 100 yards that way if they come into work this way. They've all fucking got the ticket because the fucking cops want to get paid.
Yeah, that's capitalism.
They're not in the fucking business of hanging around in intersections all fucking day and not writing any tickets waiting for Carolla to come by. So you can do it.
Well, also, that's a pretextual stop. So now you have a reason to stop somebody, and then they can get, hit the lottery sometimes with guys stuff in their car.
No, they find... Well, sometimes. I mean, they stopped the North Hollywood bank robbers.
Yeah.
And they just found like police scanners and body armor.
Like, wait a minute. What are you guys up to?
And they gave it all back before the robbery.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
We got to protect the citizen, you know. I don't know what's happening on my screen, but I was driving through my red turn arrow this morning, and I thought to myself, Jesus fucking Christ, could we get this going like traffic? Yeah. Could we get it moving a little bit? Like, how about a conversation? Like, what are we doing here? And then I thought to myself, and all the time I've been in L.A., I've never heard a politician talk about, like, Karen Bass has given 7,000, she said 7,000 press conferences about ICE and fighting against ICE and standing up to Trump and resisting and has a seat at the table with dignity. I've never heard her say one fucking thing about traffic.
Yeah.
And it's weird because you're the mayor of a town with the most traffic and it fucks everyone's shit up and it's bad environmentally and it uses a lot of fuel. It's bad on everything that you like. You don't like the consumption of the fuel and the environment and the time wasted and the urban sprawl and like the inefficiency of it. And it affects poor people more than it affects rich people because poor people can't afford a house in Westwood if they work in Westwood. They have to live in fucking Simi Valley where they can afford a house and they have to sit on the fucking freeway in traffic for 95 minutes in and 2 hours on the way home.
Yeah.
You live in Newhall, Saugus because there's only there's no houses under $1.5 million anywhere near where you work.
Right.
That there is one for $875 that's in Newhall, Saugus, but you have to fucking sit on the freeway for 2 hours. What about it? What about those people? Like, what's the plan? What are we doing here?
Don't they just focus on electric cars though? That's like their whole thing.
It is, but
like,
that
more
doesn't,
electric cars.
That's just more electric cars and traffic. And
Yeah.
I thought to myself, the only there's like 2 incidents where a politician has actually heard them do something that was traffic related even. And it's a weird thing just to go like, why isn't there a traffic czar? Why is there some sort of weekly update? Why doesn't the mayor, the last 7 mayors we've had, not as one as one, look, traffic sucks. This is insane. Took me an hour to get to the airport the other day.
Yeah.
We got to fix this. We got to move it along. I got a campaign. We're going to turn right. We got to use your signal. Turn right when a red. Come to full stop. Go ahead. I'm going to instruct my officers not to pull people over and take up a lane and have everyone like slow down and try to go around. Like, I'm going to do a bunch of stuff, but I'm going to do it. Never. They run on weird, like, good vibes or something that have nothing to do with traffic. But then I thought to myself, wait a minute. There was something traffic-related recently. Now, there's Nithia Raman, who's a hero out here. She was the one who was blaming Toyota for making catalytic converters too easy to steal. So it was Toyota's fault that people were stealing catalytic converters. That actor
Real
guy,
strange logic.
the actor guy got shot in downtown.
Oh, my God.
I'm sure his mom knows it's Toyota's fault for making it easy to steal. That was her first full tard moment. Like, I was like, she went to Harvard, by the way. It's like, this is a retarded woman.
Yeah.
By the way, she's making policy. But then she went out, but she did do a traffic related one. That was just a Toyota related one. But this was traffic. She went out to Hyperion in Boys Town in Silver Lake with a bunch of drag queens to pull down a U-turn sign because it was plaguing the gay cruising community who are doing U-turns cruising around in front of people's houses.
Wait, what street is this?
Yeah, where is that?
I'll tell you off the air, man.
All right.
That's
here we go.
It's in West Hollywood somewhere.
Yeah, they pulled it off.
Nah, Silver Lake.
Silver Lake.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sticky down
It's
there.
a big...
Boulevard right on the side of District 13, and today we
Hugo
removed,
Soto.
no U-turn signs that were connected to the no cruising signs that were used to discriminate against the LGBT community. So we removed the last remnants of
Discriminate
that
from
The
bush blows.
policy.
U-turn
It's very joyful and exciting.
signs are discriminating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
Wow.
strange.
Wow.
People-
Very weird.
Relic of the 90s anti-gay policies. in
It
Los
wasn't...
Angeles.
Okay, hold on a second.
I don't even
Sane
understand.
people who try to raise their kids didn't want to see you homos circling Hyperion over and over and butt-fucking people in a shrub at 2 a.m. So they got the city to put a sign up saying, no fucking cruising here, bandana conquistadors. And it wasn't... But it was, by the way, anti-gay discrimination. In the 90s, they don't give a fuck. This was Los Angeles. It's
Yeah.
just residents didn't want you guys cruising
Yeah.
in front of their buildings all fucking
Yeah.
night with your anal poppers trying to blow a fucking stranger. Like, I know, but it's a big day. It's a big day, and so I have to apologize to Nithya Raman by saying they're not doing enough
They are
talking
doing
about traffic.
something. Yeah.
She's doing something
She's
about
fighting
traffic.
the good fight in Silver Lake.
You can keep playing it, but it's pretty fun.
One U-turn at a time.
We said no cruising, which had been removed years ago.
During the 1990s, it was very much a cruisy area where a lot of the LGBT community had no other option but to meet each other in the streets.
Yeah, they
this
didn't have
became
no
a very
apps back then.
Griffith Park
I reached out to
Boulevard.
the city and had asked them what we could
There's
do. to
no
get these
other
signs taken
option.
down, and that
You've got to
initiated a
butt
2-year
fuck on
process,
someone's
which
lawn.
Got done today.
Because you don't
They
have
are
other
finally
options.
down. It felt awesome.
I like how they were trying to do it with their hands.
It's like
Nobody has any
Is it
tools.
racist to say that he looks
gather
gay?
in spaces that embrace identities
Oh,
like
violent.
Yeah, they're like, we're
So I
trying to...
take
Oh, there she
that
is.
responsibility really seriously.
Councilmember Raman
Wow.
and I are not only friends, but we're very values aligned. And so we
Values.
Values
remove one sign from
aligned?
one side of the street, we're going to do one on the other, and of course bring the community together to celebrate
What?
this great day.
The community's going to come together and celebrate. By the way, they're wrestling with the sign.
Yeah. It's like
Because there's a carriage bolt with a lock washer on their sign. It's like, is there one fucking straight guy here with a fucking crescent
can
wrench?
anyone get this sign
Yeah,
off?
these homos don't have shit. No. Larry, kissing potion is not going to work. Put the purse away. We need one fucking straight guy with a fucking crescent wrench.
And they got a big drag queen with a huge dragon.
Oh, bless her heart.
She's doing it.
That's as much
Oh, my
traffic
God.
news as come out of LA.
Wow.
And then there's the brilliant Gavin Newsom.
Uh-oh.
Now listen, he gets nicknamed New Scum, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
Nuisance is better.
He's like old scum.
Nuisance? Yeah, nuisance sounds better.
I I realized people keep tweeting me going, can you believe this guy's word salad? Word salad. And then I realized there used to be a great commercial for the salad shooter.
Yeah.
Like, you know when you want...
remember that.
You know when you're hungry for salad, but you don't have a pistol?
Yeah.
Yeah. No? That's a weird pitch, right?
Put a cucumber in the top and
Yeah. It's like, it's a weird concept, but there's a salad shooter. So I thought his name could be Shooter Salad McGavin as a tip of the cap to the salad talk, the salad shooter, and of course the Adam Sandler film. Okay. So it's a little
verbose.
It's a little much, but if we could go shooter, salad, McGavin. I think that might work.
It's gonna catch on.
So he's a salad shooter, and he just talks about feelings and vibes and good stuff too.
Shit shooter.
Wasn't getting at anything. And he was doing a real. I don't know. I liked a tweet. From like earlier today, but he had a real word salad about jobs and. Film industry, I think it was. I think I liked it. I don't know, a couple hours ago, but it was a real There's him and Kamala do the word salad thing, and the word salad thing is all part of the new order of not doing anything but just talking about shit. All the feelings and good feelings and good vibes and lots of buzzwords in there. And people always say to me, why do I protest against it so much? And the reason I protest against it so much is it's in place of doing stuff. It's extra. It's tons of extra talk because nothing's getting done.
Right.
The get done people speak fast and they get shit done, and they don't do a lot of extra. When you'd see Kamala talk, you're like, she said 1,000 words, but I don't know if she's talking about doing.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I have this one. It's pretty.
Does he still do his podcast? Was he doing a podcast for a second?
No? I don't know. Okay. But here he is. Let's see.
I want to express gratitude for distilling the essence of the why.
Distilling.
We're here and what it is all about. It's about all of you. It's about all of us. It's about, as was stated by the senator, spirit and pride.
Spirit.
Can't legislate spirit and pride.
Well, you can. You can force gay pride in front of everybody.
But you can create the conditions.
The hands.
Take that and make
nightmare blunt rotation.
Spirit and pride. And so
this guy's
that's
stoned,
the investment we're making today.
I don't know what he's
the conditions.
Wait, run it again. I have no fucking idea what he's talking about.
He's just saying words.
And by the way,
I know that's interesting.
The spirit of the conditions.
I liked it. I'm going to learn this one.
Sense of
it's
self.
A great monologue.
Can we do this? Karen Bass is nodding her head furiously.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Black people, can you stop facilitating this fucking word salad? Your own do it a lot. White people do it. Don't stand back there and go, hey, get to it. Don't go, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yep. Know what you're saying.
No one knows the fuck you're talking about. Hit him with a folding chair. Hit him with the salad shooter.
Yeah. He's also weirdly talking with halted speech.
Yeah, there's something wrong. He's a dumb guy.
He's dumb.
He's really dumb. It's really, you start to realize Hakeem Jeffries and all these Mazie Hirono and stuff. You're talking about dumb, really dumb people. There's other people you can disagree with, but they're not dumb.
But he's so confident about.
I know.
Well, it's like he has an AirPod
what he's
in.
Not saying.
Yeah, and he's rapping to the beat. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, we'll remain silent.
Okay.
Start from the beginning. Just drink it all in.
Okay.
I want to express gratitude for distilling the essence of the why we're here and what it is all about. It's about all of you. It's about all of us. It's about, as was stated by the senator, spirit and pride. Can't legislate spirit and pride. It tends to just take shape. But you can create the conditions to help take that and make it real, make it visible, spirit and pride. And so that's the investment we're making today, to create the conditions where your passion can be met with action, your creativity, your daring, your innovation can be brought to light. And that's a point of pride for me as a Californian, as someone who grew up mindful that the world we invented 1871.
Mom spaghetti.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
No, he's not saying anything.
All right.
He's like a bad high school soccer coach.
This should scare people.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys, we're gonna get to it, and we're gonna
distill
we're
the
gonna use our spirit to get, to do what we meant to do with the things that we were given.
Why is it because most people are dumb that they don't like, I go, I don't know what the fuck this person's talking about. I want him running my state. And people go, I like him. I don't know what he's saying. He doesn't say anything.
They respond to the confidence and the blah, blah, blah.
Because they're dumb. You know what it is?
Yes, and then
you know what? You're right.
Yeah, it's inflection.
It's like a dog.
Yeah.
Like when you could say to a dog, I love you so much, you're going to get a treat. Good treat. Good treat. And the dog goes,
like, yeah. But
or you could go, you're such a little aren't you? Look at you little smelly. Come on over here.
I'm gonna murder you.
I'm gonna murder you, and then I'm gonna eat your flesh. Okay. Who wants to go for a murder? Who wants to go for a murder? Who wants to go for a murder? Yeah. Oh, so we're just dumb dogs, and we just go.
And he's just saying he's words that we were told to say. Put this word in, and put that word in, and then go inflection.
Happens all the time on the internet.
Believe what you're saying. Believe it.
All the years ago, I got him in here, and I was like, "Could we talk about traffic? Could somebody talk about traffic?" And he started laughing the whole time, and I was like explaining to him. No, it's an issue. It's like a big issue, and he was laughing. He didn't.
Well, traffic's never going to get votes.
All right, but he didn't even seem to know what I was talking about, which is a weird. I told him. I had a very basic thing. I said, "Look, people get into fender benders, little fender benders, because they're in traffic. They're bumper to bumper, and their bumpers hit." And they get out of the car in the middle of the freeway and they start extending. They think it's a crime zone. They got to pull over. They got to get off onto the shoulder, standing in the middle of the fucking freeway now. He goes, huh. And I go, in other cities, they have signs that say if it steers, it clears. If your car works, pull it over. And he's like, where? I said, people send me pictures from Wyoming. If they don't have a traffic problem there. Why don't we have these steers it clears things? And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, he doesn't know anyway.
Well, he's probably never driven himself anywhere.
I was going to say, he's in the back seat of the limousine.
Listen, people say that, but I've been driven a million places. You sit in the fucking traffic and you go, what the fuck's going on with this thing? All right, here's a minute 19 of him, but there's a great line. It's a great line.
All right, L.A., horrible problem with traffic.
Understood.
As you know. It'd be, we could alleviate a lot of it.
Oh, well, what?
But we're stupid.
What?
LA's one of the dumbest cities in America. Well, every other city has a bunch of signs posted along the freeway that basically says if you can steer it, clear it. Meaning, if you get in a little fender bender, pull over. Hey, if your car's on fire, fine, go ahead and climb out of it. But if you just traded a little bit of paint and a little bit of the plastic on your Prius is scuffed, don't get out and go all CSI on us and block off the number 3 lane. Pull it off to the side of you're blocking the freeway.
I get you.
Pull it off.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All the other states do it. Yeah. L.A. and California, with some of the worst traffic in the world, doesn't have a policy that Idaho thought of.
Is that right?
This can't be the first time you've heard this.
Well, not specifically this. I saw a billboard out on the 405 says you're not stuck in traffic. And you're thinking, how the hell, what does that mean? It says you are traffic, which I kind of like, which sort of made the point about our own behavior. That said, I hate the blocking the box stuff, which we don't afford.
He doesn't.
You are the traffic, Adam. You're the
fuck
traffic.
He's talking about. He doesn't. He didn't. Okay, that's him. That's him. Yeah. I'm trying to talk to him about traffic, and he's laughing.
This illustrates Larry Charles saying that Newsom is dumb.
He's dumb.
Yeah.
Because you presented
an
problem, a solution.
Yeah.
And he comes back with this floaty, dreamy, you are
You
traffic.
are the traffic man.
I know. I always say, I hope he doesn't become an oncologist. Like, hey, you don't have cancer. You are cancer. All right. Now I'm going to eat. We're done. I kind of like that.
You are.
It's like, yes, fucking Sir Douche a lot. What the fuck are you talking about? But the weird thing is people don't know how dumb he is, which is weird. He's sociopathically
he doesn't know
dumb.
he doesn't know how
he
dumb
doesn't
he
know
is.
it. He doesn't know it. Okay,
yeah.
but yet, my mom's last words were, I said, are you going to vote for Larry Elder or are you going to vote for Gavin Newsom? She goes, I don't know who Larry Elder is, but I know who Gavin Newsom is, and I'm voting for him.
That was your mom's last words?
Yeah. We got her off the record, though.
Oh,
we got
boy.
her off the books. I don't know if that was her. No, probably last words was like, John, get me some water or something. That was my stepdad's name.
Oh.
But I don't know. It wasn't close to last word. Second to last word.
She's going to go vote for the guy she knows.
Right.
But she doesn't know anything about him.
Who's a retarded person.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take ourselves a break. We got some news. We'll do the news right after this. Homes.com. You've heard me talk about these guys. Some might say Homes.com is the best home shopping site. It may be that Homes.com has a super comprehensive and transparent agent directory, or maybe it's that Homes.com is the only site that always directly connects you with the listing agent who knows your home the best. Or at least the one you're looking at. Perhaps because Homes.com has the most in-depth neighborhood content and the only home shopping site that's extensively researched to highlight the personality of each neighborhood. Homes.com goes above and beyond to bring the home shoppers the in-depth info they need to find the right home. Homes.com. We've done your homework. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Wow. Yeah. You know the jingle. You know the business. They're in the business of keeping your car on the road. O'Reilly Auto Parts offers friendly, helpful service and the parts knowledge you need for all your maintenance and repairs. I love these guys. Like I said, I was at one the other day picking up one of those personal battery chargers. Well, not chargers, but high amperage blasters, man. No more jumper cables. Get one of those bad boys. It's great. Anyway, whether you're a car aficionado or novice, you're going to find the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are knowledgeable, helpful, and best of all, they are friendly. So stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit us online at O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam.
Sometimes I hook up with people. Like recently I met a guy and I just messed it up early on because I was like, I can't tell you like me because you haven't hit on me at all. And he's like, well, I don't want to hit on you too soon because that might ruin things. I was like, okay, but if you don't hit on me at all, I have no clue, right? So finally he hit on me and then we were having sex. And in the middle of this sex, he's like, can you tell I like you now? I was like, yeah, actually I can because we're maintaining eye contact. It's going pretty well. We both seem to be enjoying ourselves. And then he came and I was like, but do you still like me now?
Erica Rhodes is on the Adam Carolla Show.
Erica Rhodes has dates. I've seen her do stand-up more than once.
Great.
That is at the Comedy Club in Kansas City. That'll be coming up July 26th, 27th. And then July 31st, Comedy Vault.
Thank you. I've had
It's in
more and more
Illinois.
fans from the show come to my shows.
I always appreciate the comedians who come in here, and a lot of them do, and they say, oh, people here on the show, and they come out.
Yeah, they get
blah,
really
blah, blah.
excited.
Good.
Yeah,
Well, good.
Yeah, they're
That's
big fans of yours.
It's a nice little community.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. They've been throwing stuff at me. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, they're
Oh, yeah.
a lot of couples too, which is kind of fun when it's like a couple.
I got to tell you, the word of mouth sort of vibe, like I'll have a lot of dads come in with their sons, and the son will go, he made me listen, and now I'm the son, or the wife's usually, the wives will go, he's really married to you, because all he says is, you know what Adam said, you know what Adam said. And, listen, it's all gravy. It's all stuff I never expected, and it's all good. And the best part of this job is the people, for some reason, it's because I was a radio guy. I always listened to the radio, and I listened like alone a lot on job sites, and I used the radio for company a lot. I realized a lot. Like I could remember before I was on Loveline, I was building a boxing gym, Bodies in Motion in West LA, and they would close at 10 at night, and they'd open at like 6 in the morning. So the guy was like, if you're going to work on this gym, you got to work from closing time till open time. So my shift was fixing this place up, hanging heavy bags, speed bag stations, all that, just doing the work, the maintenance of a gym. I would start at 10 at night, but I bring my radio and I put Loveline on. And then I was just alone in this weird dark gym at night, but I'm listening to Loveline. And it would like keep me company. Like I really, if you told me you got to work all night, this is before the pods and the things and the players and everything. You just work with no sound. Right. Or even just music. I would have been like, no, I want company. And I felt that way driving a lot, being on construction sites, driving a truck, just being on sites where everyone spoke Spanish. I was like the only guy speaking English, and I'm listening to my morning radio guys and stuff. It was more than a treat. It was kind of a necessity for me. Like it kept me sane, and I was doing a job I didn't want to do, but I had this looking forward to listening to these voices. Oh yeah, man. Yeah. And sort of dreaming of like, what if one day I could do that, And it meant a lot. So like when people say to me, you got me through some tough times, or I got a long commute, or you get me through that, or I take my hike every morning and you keep me company, it's the best. Yeah. So all you do that, God bless. Thank you. Tell me those stories. It's the best part of this job.
Yeah, that's
all right,
great.
And the booger sugar. Keep that booger sugar coming. Those are the two.
I'll keep it rolling, Ace.
Yeah. So I know we got news. I looked down. I was trying to tell I told Dr. Drew about this commercial. I started noticing. So people were tweeting me that there was this Jaguar commercial. They kept tweeting me that Jaguar sales, the car, were down 97%. And I was like, wow. Jaguar has a storied history. They're British. Their insignia, their hood ornament, is a Jaguar. It's called the Leaper. It's like leaping out. And Jag has they have a real extensive racing history. Here they kind of import their luxury cars, but they have a real sporting history. Lots of Le Mans, lots of wins. I think they've won Le Mans. I don't know. Let's see how many times Jag has won Le Mans. Like, I don't know if they've won in their class. Anyway, they race, and they're hard. They're badass race cars. But in England, they have a real history. I mean, they're a 100-year-old company. And then they came out with this commercial with all these androgynous he-she guys wearing I don't know what. Like
I remember.
Like they were in a Madonna Vogue video or something. And everyone's like, what the fuck is this? Because I want to see a car. I want to talk about horsepower and torque and internal combustion and all this shit. I don't want to see he-she's walking around.
He-she's. They're trying to appeal to more people.
Some were she-he.
They won Le Mans 7 times. They must have won. I'm trying to look back. Must be early Jag, their history. What were their years? 7 Le Mans wins for a car company. Everyone does the big Ford versus Ferrari and Ford this and Ford that, but they won 3 times, or maybe 4 times. Ford did 4 years in a row, and then they got out. But the point is Jag has won 7 times. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Now they got the he-she strutting around with their dicks taped up between their legs, and so the sales fell through the roof because nobody wants that.
Oh, really?
Well, no one is looking to buy a Jag, wants to buy a fag. I mean, let's be honest. Well, I mean, it rhymed. So...
I don't approve.
Your producers are peeking in.
Yeah, I don't approve. No one approves of that.
It rhymed.
Everybody's stressed now. Come on, man.
No one's okay with it.
All right, now just listen to me.
They go.
Jag has won in 51, 53, 55, 56. That's a run. 57. I mean, you won 5 times between 51 and 57, 88 and 90. Anyway.
Okay.
Now, they don't got any car sales anymore. Mm-hmm. But I was trying to explain to Drew that this is a trend that's been happening for a while. And then I was trying to explain to him about VW commercial. German automobile company, VW. VW came out with a commercial about 3 or 4 years ago. A mixed race gay couple adopted a sheep. And Drew was like, what?
Adopted a sheep.
And I was like, it is a car commercial for VW. And he's like, huh? And I was like, you got to study the commercials. Nobody studies the commercials. The commercials tell you where we're at as a society.
Yeah.
They go, oh, this is where we're at. 30 seconds of this is where we're at. All right. So I don't know. Let's look at the Jag one first. The Jag. So the point is they don't even show the car. Subaru tells us their cars are made with love and just shows dogs driving their cars. But Jag is like, we're not even going to show the car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is for Jag? This is so weird.
It looks like drugged up.
Yeah, this is so weird.
People from the future.
I know you think I'm weird, but like, I would love to go to this party.
But I would never know this is for a car. Never in a million years.
It's a bunch of...
I'd be like, what is this for?
It's a bunch of androgynous he-she weirdos.
That's for Jaguar?
Yeah.
Whoever made that techno beat, that was his friend.
It looks like a car that like used to be a car.
Yeah. It's not even a car. Well, they don't show a car. They show a rock.
But that rock was, the rock was in the shape of a car.
Yes. It's a bunch of people who, if they got indicted for something, you wouldn't know what prison they would go to. You'd be like, you going to the men's or the ladies?
Somebody overthought that pitch. They were like, I've got it. We don't even show the car. What?
It's not. Okay.
Genius.
So, all right. So then they get punished because nobody likes a commercial. And also, why would you buy a car? These people
why
don't
would you
look
not
like
even show the car?
These people don't look like they drive cars.
Right, yeah.
They look like they're ushered around on refrigerator dollies, like in Silence of the Lambs. All right, so then the VW commercial from like 3 years ago that freaked Drew out. He never saw it. And the Volvo, too.
This is already better.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell there's only one song worth singing. They may try and sell ya, cause it hangs them on to see someone like you.
All right, it's okay. Hold on.
Cute.
All right, it's a biracial gay couple. I'm hoping they're gay,
No,
or they're
I
just
thought they were
adult
roommates, bro.
They're just adult dudes who live together.
Bert and Ernie.
They're brothers.
Who adopted a sheep. Now, Drew made a good point. There was a dog leash in the house.
Yeah.
Drew thought the sheepdog that was herding the sheep was their dog.
No.
I didn't think it was, but what happened to their dog? They kicked their dog out because they got a sheep?
No, this was like a flash forward where they've had the sheep for a while. So they got it.
Oh, they got.
Yeah, they've had it for a while.
That's
now.
not a rando. Yeah, they've had it for a while. That's a good take. I told Drew that that's not their dog.
No,
but
they've
what
had
are they?
it.
Okay, first things first.
No, get it right. They were visiting. They stole that sheep. That sheep is stolen.
No, they were surprised.
Yeah.
The sheep had let themselves into the back of the SUV and closed the hatch.
Which makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
No, they were doing poppers the
They
whole
were
time.
almost
They didn't
home.
remember. They woke up out of a blackout.
The sheep escaped into their car. They rescued it. And then they got all the stuff they need to own it.
What were they doing initially, though? Just pulled off by the side of the road staring at sheep?
Yeah, I think so. You know what I mean? There's some nefarious purpose behind this sheep.
All right, but they're definitely a gay couple, right?
And they definitely got OnlyFans.
They're brothers. I'm sticking to it.
All right, so they're trying to sell us a German SUV.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll just play the commercial out.
Sheep are German.
Life gets bigger when you break from the herd.
It's about going on your own journey, your own path. And
So
it's okay if you're gay too.
Could you imagine? I'm just imagining they're sitting in some boardroom in Madison Avenue and they're talking to the VW officials, like German guys, and they're like, "Listen, we got your pitch."
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yes.
Go on, please.
Tell us.
We got a biracial gay couple who adopts a sheep.
Can one of them be black?
Yeah, no, biracial.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Maybe the other one.
Go on.
Don't you think one of the guys from the ad firm would like pull the other guy's side and go, "Just excuse me for 1 second. Bob, can I talk to you in the hall for a second? They're not selling butt plugs. Would you fucking get your fucking pitch together? They're VW.
No,
they're German.
Trust me,
You think
they're
they
gonna
make
love
strap-ons and cock rings? What the fuck are you talking about?
Just say it's about spirit and it's about It's about coming together.
Yeah. All right.
And breaking from the head.
We've cleared a Mamas and a Papa song. All right, so that we're already halfway home. The Mamas and the Papa.
If you sell it as the new VW butt plug and say it's German engineered,
German-engineered
they might
butt
be like,
plug.
"Ooh, wait a minute. The Germans know some things about that."
Volkswagen was founded in 1937
Breaking from the herd.
by the Nazi Party. Can you imagine sitting those people down and go, "This is your company now"? They'd be like, "What the fuck?" They'd be like, "We definitely lost the war. That much I know. We definitely did not win that war.
The Führer is not going to be happy."
No, the Führer killed himself in a bunker. We lost.
No.
We lost the Cultural War. We lost World War II. We lost it all, bitches. Jesus
The
Christ.
Ubermensch have fallen.
All right. So I think you're right. Once they adopt, they don't really explain why they were surprised that the sheep was in the back of the car. But we've suspended their imagination.
Little happy accident.
It's like the sheep chose them. They didn't choose the sheep.
Yeah.
The sheep chose them to be adopted, and they're like, "Okay, we'll take you."
Right.
And then fast forward 2 weeks, they've got all the stuff.
They gave him a bubble bath.
Yeah.
They walk him on the beach.
Yeah. Now he's theirs.
Now he's theirs.
Yeah.
The
and-
title of that commercial is "Mary's Had a Little Lamb."
Wow.
Yeah.
And they're
makes sense.
Marys.
Couple of Marys.
Marys.
Yeah, we get it.
Okay.
The Marys. The other one that's funny is I was trying to explain. There's a Volvo commercial where the dad. It's all sensitive shit now. They used to talk about horsepower and torque.
Yeah.
Torque was a thing. Horsepower, rust proofing, mileage, sticker price. They've given the sticker price. No. This is a guy for a Volvo commercial who's he kind of looks like a terrorist, and he just sits in this Volvo parked in front of a lighthouse.
Oh, gosh.
And he just composes this sappy ass bitch letter to his daughter who's getting married.
Oh, my
And he
God.
almost cries the whole time.
Oh, my
And it's
gosh.
so
This is
fucking
so
weak.
sad.
It's so weak.
Sometimes love won't be enough. You'll have to make the decision to continue, to keep trying. And that won't always be your first instinct.
Please tell me this ends with a sheep.
He's writing a letter to his
Is there
daughter.
also a sheep?
I remember you were 10 years old and I drove you to summer camp. When I was dropping you off, you had this smile, this same smile I see today.
Yeah,
I
what's
drove
her
for about
face?
2 minutes and I had to pull over. I was
Picture
crying so
auditioning
much
for
that,
this.
Hold on.
I couldn't see the road.
This guy's such a pussy. You understand we'll never win another war, you people, with all the pussification of all the fucking dudes in this country. Jesus Christ. Let's start lactating. Listen to this. He's writing his daughter a letter in a Volvo.
There's
Listen,
a rainbow, too.
Volvo, can we hear something about like suspension travel or stopping distance or disc brakes or anything? Or is it just a terrorist
It's
sitting
the
in his car talking to his Dumbo daughter who's getting married? And by the way, married, I'm guessing to a chick or a sheep or something. Can't marry a dude, right? He's explaining that he dropped her off at 10 when she was 10 at summer camp. And then she smiled and he left, and he had to pull over because he was crying so hard.
Feels like more like he just killed her.
I know.
It's like, I remember the good times.
Yes.
He just buried her.
I'm sorry,
I'll
you're in
bury
the
you
trunk
by
of
the
the
lighthouse.
car now.
Yeah. I'll bury you by the lighthouse so I can always see your light.
Sorry, I had to throw you in the bay. I don't want your mom to find
It's
a
like,
body.
where is she? Why isn't she in the car with him?
She's getting married, I think, because I saw a version of the commercial. But he's writing a letter. Oh, you know what? He's probably writing his speech.
Yeah, he is
for the wedding, right? He's got to
He's
give the father
driving to
speech.
the wedding now or something.
I don't know. Okay, just
how
go
does
back
it-
a little.
how
I
does
just
it
like
end?
I like when he
Same smile I see today.
Oh, wow.
I drove for about 2 minutes and I had to pull over. I was crying so much that I couldn't see the road. The reason I'm telling you this is that there will be moments in your life that you will just never be ready for.
Oh, that's the wedding bell. Oh, the ring. All right, all right, pause. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait.
He lost his.
I get it.
Mom's dead.
Mom's
Yeah,
dead.
mom's dead.
I knew someone was dead.
They show.
I was like, it's too much
They
drama.
show his wedding ring. She's not in there.
This took a turn.
Someone has
feel like
to be
a jerk
dead.
now, don't you?
Mom's in the boathouse blowing a sea captain. She'll be out in about 20. I got to finish this letter.
He's going, hark, Triton!
You know, it's so funny. You know what you have to picture with all these commercials? You have to picture
The
all
pitch.
these commercials. Well, no.
Oh.
There's the pitch.
The audition.
There's the audition. Keep going back.
Back before the pitch?
Before the audition.
After the pitch?
Writer room.
Writer's
There's the
room?
pitch.
Oh, God.
Hold on.
Yeah.
There's the pitch.
The director.
Then there's the audition.
Yeah.
But between that comes what?
Casting?
The
Before it's
storyboard.
cast. Before-
Storyboard.
No, you're getting too
No?
technical.
Stunt
Too
performers?
technical.
Before
Location.
I'm going to help you guys.
the writer.
I'm going to help you guys.
Okay.
The fluffer.
This guy's an actor. He's not a Volvo driver. He's not a dad. He's an actor. He got the fucking sides.
Oh, yeah.
He had to sit around
waiting.
in his Burbank apartment with his fucking wife because this guy auditioned for commercials and he also drives for Uber.
Learning the
And
lines.
she gives the script and he's like, Helen, would you just and he's sitting on a folding chair and they're in their apartment and he's like, that smile, the same at 10. I dropped you off at summer camp and I pulled off the road and line.
2
Cried.
miles.
Cried. Oh, wait.
You
It
couldn't
said-
see.
No, I wept. No, it says cried.
Yeah, you
I
cried.
think
but
wept.
you couldn't see
No,
the road.
You forgot you
The
pull.
road.
You had to pull over.
Okay,
Pull over.
Okay, let's try it
Try
again.
it, but say it like you mean it this time, because I'm not really buying it.
Hey, is the fucking ramen done or not? Because I'm fucking starving in here.
You're so close. You're so close, and I'm really.
Okay.
Gotta
Let
land
me
this
just run
Volvo
this.
thing.
Let me
You
just
have a
run
chance.
this. Let me
You
just
have a
fucking run it.
chance.
Just
Okay.
let me run it.
Just do 3 in a row.
Yeah, okay. You were
3 in a row.
You were. Okay, you were 9,
Yep.
and wait a minute.
10 actually.
It doesn't matter. Just keep going.
Okay, well, a minute ago,
Plow ahead.
I said
Plow
wept and
ahead.
you said cried. You made a big fucking deal over
Well,
it.
we don't know what they're going to care about. Okay.
We're never going to
Try
finish
get
this
it.
self-tape, guys.
Hold on, I don't even know what you're doing in the room. This is me and my wife.
Oh, sorry.
Who's that
Just
dude?
do it again.
I'm your man
What's
with
this dude?
I'm your
I hired an
bohemian
acting coach for you because you're so
right.
bad.
Listen,
You're
you got
so
acting
bad
coach.
at this.
Okay.
That's right. I'm $65 an hour.
I got a fucking Uber pickup in 11 minutes. So get the fucking ramen. Acting coach. Here we go. Auditions tomorrow. Volvo. Let me set the table.
Okay.
I'm a father. Okay? My daughter's getting married. Okay? My wife is deceased. Okay?
Right.
And I'm
How does it make you feel though? Like you need to get to the feeling part.
that's what I'm doing. I'm composing a
Okay.
speech to make it her wedding. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go. You got this.
Okay, well, just you were 10. I dropped you off at summer camp. I saw that smile on your face.
Work your eyes.
The same smile I see today.
Thoughtful.
I had to pull over after 2 miles because I couldn't see, because I was crying.
Oh man, that
so
was.
much.
Let me see it.
Hold on, line.
Yeah, you had a real pause there.
Line.
Yeah, I was crying so much because.
Line.
What was it? I was crying so much, so I had to pull over.
I said that. I
Okay.
couldn't
see the road.
I couldn't see.
I said that. What's the next line?
There are things in life that you can't predict. Okay.
Let me just
like
pick
your
it. Let me
wife
just
dying.
Let me pick it up.
Okay.
There are things in life that you can't predict.
Touch the wedding ring.
Well, I don't fucking took it
Oh
off
shit!
if I'm
You
driving
heard
Uber.
of the wedding ring?
Let's hear it again. All right, let's hear it.
I'm telling you this is that there will be moments in your life that you will just never be ready for.
Take Matthew to be lawful wedded husband.
Your little girl getting married being one of them.
I do.
Drowning your wife in a bay. Another one of those things you didn't prepare for in high school.
Oh my god! Was that a Bible? Oh no, that was his notebook.
Yeah.
A place. Oh,
I gotta tell you, man, I think I want a Volvo.
He also lives in a lighthouse, so he totally killed his wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
He definitely killed his wife.
Nobody who lives in a lighthouse is not guilty of murder.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also the people that had to watch all those audition tapes. That's also brutal.
I know. They have to sit there, and that
Like-
guy's just sitting on a folding chair. He's got a sheet hanging behind him. He's pretending there's a
He's
steering
like
wheel.
doing all this like eye acting, like
Yeah.
looking down, tortured.
All right, so you wouldn't buy the Jag,
No.
but the Volvo, at least we got some shots of the interior.
Yeah,
A
you
little
saw the
exterior
car.
shot.
I would probably go. I would probably go for the sheet personally. So it was. It was just a little more creative, and it caught my attention. And I'm like, sheep
I don't even
car.
remember what that car looked like, but this lighthouse car, it could hide a body. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but that I mean, there was some darkness around that one.
Totally.
Ooh, dark energy.
The mom's definitely dead, right?
Yes!
Otherwise, she would be
She
going
is-
with him to
She's
the
in
wedding.
the trunk of the car.
Maybe she's in prison.
She's in prison?
Maybe she's in prison.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Tragic DUI. She was coming home
I
from the
also
country
think-
club after too
she's
many
a girl.
martinis.
Yeah,
and
3 to
took
5,
out one of
she'll
the
be out.
groundskeepers.
He's also estranged from his daughter. Like, this is the first time he's actually seen her in like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
You
doesn't
know?
get to walk her down the aisle. That's
No, he's just he's
Stepdad.
crashing this. He's crashing this wedding
Well,
hardcore.
the mom's death was kind of murky. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? There's a reason
he-
she didn't talk to him.
He's got a horrible gambling problem too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the Dateline.
And there's certain cultures where molestation isn't really frowned upon, or it's looked at differently culturally than we look
course.
at it in our Western
And you can't judge.
modern.
Yeah, you-
well, not
Right.
different cultures. are
Laws
different.
of the land says it in the Quran.
That's right.
Yes.
This summer, Pluto TV is exploding with thousands of free movies. Summer of Cinema is here. Feel the explosive action all summer long with movies like Gladiator, Mission Impossible, Beverly Hills Cop, Good Burger, and Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Bring the action with you and stream for free from all your favorite devices. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
Simply Safe. Here's the deal. Most security systems, they wait until after someone breaks in. That's too late. I use Simply Safe because it actually stops crime before it starts. Imagine that. Their Active Guard outdoor protection has these AI cameras and real people watching your place. If some creep is lurking around, the agents can talk to them, flip on the spotlight, even call the cops right then, not after your stuff is gone. No contracts, no hidden fees, none of that nonsense. Over 4 million people trust Simply Safe. 2 eyes in there. So it's not just me. Plans start at about $1 a day. That's right, $1 a day, and you can try it out. 60 days. Try it. They got a money-back guarantee if you don't love it. It is Simply Safe, right, Dawson?
You can get 50% off your new Simply Safe system with professional monitoring and your first month free at simplysafe.com/Adam. Just head to simplysafe.com/Adam to claim your discount and make sure your home is safe this year. Keep your home, your family, and your peace of mind protected with Simply Safe. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
All right, should we do a little news?
Let's do it. Let's do it on that sour note. Amazon, hey, we live in the future, will now employ more robots than humans as 1 million machines toil across facilities.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Amazon will soon use more robots in its warehouses than human employees, with more than 1 million machines deployed across the facility. I just said that. Many of the robots cover heavy lifting and warehouse work, picking up items and picking them down from tall shelves, moving goods around. Yeah, more robots.
Well, look, everything is a robot, and people don't really think about it. But let me blow your mind.
Nice. All right.
In a way, a donkey is a robot, and a horse is a robot, a camel's a robot.
But they're living.
But someone has to feed them.
I know, but basically what man has done for 1 million years is they're like, we got all those logs, and we got to move them.
Yeah.
I don't want to take 10 dudes and try to drag the log, but I'll get one elephant and hook the log up to the elephant and have the elephant drag the log out of there.
Outsource.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have 20 dudes walk in a circle endlessly with this mill grist and grist, but I'll get some donkeys to go in a circle and do it. And so we kind of went, we'll just use stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And then like when you think, when you go Malibu, where I go, and they're cleaning up after the fire. And they got these long arm excavators. They park them on top of the hill, and they go all the way down, and they clean all the junk off, all the burnt debris on the side of the hill. You can get 20 people to do it, but they got to go down and drag the shit up. So you got one dude
doing it,
and he's in a robot. You got one guy's operating a robot that's doing the work of 50 guys.
Yeah.
So then we go, what about robots? It's like, well, we got a robot. We got a guy driving an 18-wheeler. It's got 200 tons of shit in the back, and there's just one dude with a GED driving that thing to Kentucky, and it's not us carrying it. It's a robot, and eventually we'll get rid of the one dude.
Yeah.
That's the way it's going to work.
That's coming now.
We already got rid of 1,000 people, and then we got rid of 200 donkeys, and now we got one dude.
Yeah.
And now we're going to get rid of the one dude. But that's the evolution.
Right.
Terminator robots don't piss in bottles.
That's a good point. And UPS drivers do.
Yeah. And
Yes,
Amazon,
you're right.
too, they're notorious for it because they try to, milk every last drop out of the human workers they can. And so guys have to pee in bottles during their shift.
Listen,
it's a whole
nuts.
cultural revolution.
I've found
gross.
so many piss bottles.
Gross.
Listen to me, you fucking animals. If you want to piss in a bottle, that's your fucking business, but do not throw it out on the side of my street.
Disgusting.
Oh,
Ew.
it's all over the place.
It's in Malibu?
Not as much, but I've seen it a lot. I went from 0 piss bottles to a lot of piss bottles, and I was asking,
that's so gross.
who's filling the piss bottles, and what is this scourge? Where's this come from? And somebody said it's all the delivery guys.
It's the traffic.
It's the traffic. No, look, listen. Listen to me.
Yes.
An airplane, airplanes and cruise ships have to collect their septic shit, and then they have to deal with it appropriately. They don't just dump it on your roof or into the ocean. I mean, they used to, but I mean, the point is they're responsible for it. UPS, Amazon, if you got 200,000 trucks driving around, you got to put a little latrine in there, and you got to fucking deal with it because there's no bathrooms to use, not in L.A. Nobody's going to let you, no gas station lets you use, no restaurant. You can't use any bathrooms in L.A.
Yeah.
So these guys are out on an 11-hour shift. They're drinking their fucking Monster Energy drink.
Yeah,
Come on now.
Yeah, well, they're trying to get rid of that. At this 3 million square foot facility in Shreveport, Louisiana.
3 million.
Yeah, it's a big,
Does anyone
big warehouse.
know? I mean, if anyone sees a 10,000 square foot warehouse, you go, that's a big warehouse. And if you see a 50,000 square foot, you go, holy shit, 50,000.
Yeah. They have
3 million.
They have more than 6 dozen robotic arms that sort and stack millions of items. So it's a really like automated facility for the most part.
And can I say this?
Yeah.
People are always like, but do you trust a robot? You know, like, do you really want an automated truck? Do you want somebody making decisions or working this or whatever? On the way here, I had a 15-minute discussion with Mike August about interviewing Sammy the Bull Gravano. And I said, he's coming in today? Yeah, he's in. I go, oh, I didn't see him on the schedule. Oh, yeah, he's in. Sammy the Bull's in. And I had a long talk about what we're going to talk about. And then I came in and I went, Sammy the Bull's coming in? And they went, no, he's coming in next week. And I thought, oh, yeah, that's all I do with Mike is have retarded conversations where he's wrong about shit. And then I realized people go, you really want a robot working on the schedule? It's like, well, I'll tell you what we got now. We got fucking people. Yesterday I was like, was on the phone with my assistant. I was like, show starts at noon today? She said, no, it starts at 1. I go, oh, I think I got an email. So it started at noon. No, it starts at 1. It's on the thing. I put it on the email. I go, no. I swear I just read an email. It said start at noon. No, it's 1 o'clock. I go, oh, yeah, I got the email. It says noon. No, it's at 1. I go, okay. So the point is who are we comparing the robots to? Our merry band of fuck-ups that just fuck up everything like all the time, like every time. There's the dates on there. July 11th and 12th, Covina, Laugh Factory, 2 shows, and then it says Zanies. Yesterday it said 2 shows at Zanies and Rosemont. No, not 2 shows. No second show added. That was Mike telling Andrew. But he misunderstood. Mike misspoke. So what do we compare? I will tell you all the humans and all the fuck ups all day, every day with simple, stupid shit all the time. So I'll trust a robot. I trust a robot.
I saw a moment in the street where like I was parked and it was a crosswalk and a person was walking and a robot was walking. You know, one of those delivery robots. And the person was looking down at their phone, and the robot went around the person.
That's what I'm saying.
And I was like, now we're dumber.
They're
We're officially dumber.
Yeah, I'm just saying we fuck up all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens to me all day, every day, where people go, I thought you said no, the wrong date, or the wrong time, or the wrong whatever. It's like you didn't. It's like that's all it is. It's a never-ending succession of miscommunications and screw-ups. In a mostly connected to Mike, but I would say in like a 21-hour period, we had Sammy the Bull Gravano, we had a different starting time, and we had a second show added that was never added in Rosemont in a 14-hour period. Like that's 3 fuck-ups in 14 hours. Like it's all day, every day.
Yeah.
I don't care that much, but don't worry about robots.
Right.
I guarantee they'll be better than us.
Well, you could also argue that people are getting dumber because of robots.
Yes.
You know, that people are becoming more like robots because we're relying so much on the phones and the other things.
Yes, we've lost our ability to concentrate.
Yeah, so you could argue that too.
I'm arguing that.
And that's what I was arguing.
No,
my phone thinks for me. I do what ChatGPT tells me.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and listen to some sheep-stealing bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking attack me in my own studio. You weren't even supposed to be here today. Sammy the Bull was supposed to be here.
Oh, this is not Sammy?
No,
I'm going to talk to ChatGPT about
All right,
this.
you guys want to keep being pissed off at AI? Here you go. Hertz customers outraged over AI-powered scanner that detects small marks and charges hundreds of dollars, including $440 for a 1-inch scuff. Yeah, Hertz customers are complaining. Yeah, and it's a nightmare because they can check every square inch of the car for any scuff or mark and then charge you a bunch of money for it.
I don't understand the rental car business. It just feels like I feel like an insane business to be in. Like lending people, fucking people are horrible, and you give them their cars.
They're the crankiest people too who like work at those places.
Yes.
They're never friendly.
No, well, you're doing rental car stuff at an airport. Like, what did you ever dream of that as a youth. Like one day
I'm gonna work at Hertz.
I'm gonna be at Burbank manning the Alamo kiosk. You know what I mean? Like it's like
that's so depressing.
It's and every part of it is depressing because you could be the person who just first off all you do is talk to disappointed people.
Yeah.
Like they go,
is that the car?
We had an Escalade reserve, yeah, but it's a first come, first serve, and all we have is a Daihatsu Charade. Well, I have 6 kids. Well, sir, we don't have a firm reservation policy. If we had an Escalade available, we could give you one, but we don't have one. And then there's like some weird conversation. Tim, when's the Escalade coming back? Okay. Well, if you can wait till Wednesday, we have a Daihatsu Charade right now. The person's like, God damn it. It's all, and then you're the person who cleans the car out there. Or you're the person who stands there like a drop off, getting shit out of the car. The people left fast food. Or like waving people in. And they're always at their worst because they're trying to make their flight. They got their fucking kids and the wives yelling at the husband and stuff. And you just sit there and suck in carbon monoxide. That fucking lifeless zone.
So now do you have some sympathy for these people working there?
No, now we need now I see the argument for robots because they should take over jobs like that.
Yeah, and they just stand there.
Yeah, here's your car. There's your car.
And then there's a guy who works the booth.
Here's your car. There's your car.
Yeah.
Let me vacuum.
They work the booth where you're checking out, and they always want something you don't have. Like, do you have the code? Do you have your Hertz code on you? And you're like, I didn't book the car. My assistant booked. Did they give you the code? I can't let you. And there's people lining up behind you, and they went, here's my driver's. Like, yeah, we need the exit code or whatever. And then you're like, pull over, just pull here and I'll get my supervisor. It's all one big shit show.
Yeah.
There's no good part of that job.
Invalid input.
Yeah.
You forgot to fill up. That'll be $7,000.
The only person that had a great car rental job was OJ.
Yeah.
OJ.
Sprinting
he
through
had a job renting cars?
Oh, yeah.
Sprinting through the airport, getting
Pull
to
it
the
up.
Hertz rent-a-car.
Yeah,
you mean, I've seen that commercial.
The juice is loose.
The commercial where he runs?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Where he runs.
Yeah. That's all I remember is he's running.
He's
running.
White
Bronco.
He's running.
This was his peak of his career.
Yeah.
This was when he was at the top.
Yeah.
Nah, I think of the Naked Gun movies.
Yeah, and they got the old lady
this
going,
is the beginning.
This
was the beginning.
Does it better than her.
Nobody does.
Wow, they cleared the song.
That is a good commercial. Oh, they're all hot.
They should be good-looking people in commercials. Now there's just crying terrorists. Gay guys who love sheep.
These were the good old days. You know it.
All I did was watch commercials about travel from the hot box, shit box I grew up in North Hollywood, and nobody traveled in my family. No one had a credit card. No one went anywhere. We just sat there, just like poor people, just hot, just sit and sweat in this box.
Yeah.
But I would see commercials, and the commercials were these commercials for like TWA and all these Continental Airlines, and a lot of them would have the pub upstairs on the 747s, and they have a serving cart where they're pushing like roast beef through the thing.
Yeah.
The stewardesses are hot.
Yeah.
And I'm getting like a martini in a brandy snifter, and I'm getting some, I like mine extra rare, like sitting back, slapping the hot stewardess on the ass. High five with OJ down at the airport, and I was like, oh my God, this travel.
Yes, it looks so fancy.
Now I'm fucking mashed in the center seat in a Southwest flight, and I got some she tranny stewardess going, sir, we don't serve peanuts anymore. We have pretzel sticks. And I'm like, could I get a Miller Lite? Sir, we don't serve alcohol. This is a short hop. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's
my
miserable.
whole life, All I did was sit around and go, one
Dream
day
of this?
I shall travel this international world of intrigue with all the beautiful people and the fine cutlery.
No, it's awful now.
Here's your spork and your hummus box.
Yeah, I sat with a woman who hadn't traveled in a long time, and she seemed shell-shocked.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, there used to just be 2 seats in a row.
Morbidly obese black women beating the shit out of each other in the back of the plane. It's awesome.
Well, I'm glad you guys brought up travel.
It's the worst.
The next story is about a man convicted as posing as a flight attendant to score over 120 free flights.
Oh,
guy, Tyron Alexander, was convicted of wire fraud and entering secure areas of an airport under false pretenses. So this guy, what basically was doing was hacking the system. He posed as a flight attendant. He would get to the back room, use the right code to be able to hop on free flights, and flew 34 times on one airline, claiming to be a flight attendant, falsifying employment with 7 airlines, and submitting 30 different badge numbers, prosecutors said in a press release. Yeah, he got away with it for a while.
Eventually, they got suspicious when he wasn't being a douche to everyone on the flight. And they're like, something's up with this guy.
He was actually serving them.
He's actually being polite.
Well, there's one story of him out in Burbank. He actually got on a flight and got a first-class ticket and bumped Adam Carolla to the back, making him sell his merch.
To me. The screen says this is a key plot point to the movie Tommy Boy.
Oh, it is? I didn't know that.
That's correct. They couldn't get on their flight to Chicago.
They couldn't get on their flight to Chicago, and so they posed as stewardess.
He did an old Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy. I forgot that part.
Wasn't there a Leonardo DiCaprio movie where he...
Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, Catch Me If You Can.
And he just pretended to be a captain.
A pilot,
and would,
right?
go everywhere.
Did you guys see the rehearsal with Nathan Fielder?
Yeah.
No.
No?
What?
Well,
the rehearsal?
He goes through the whole...
Year did it come
brilliant
out?
show. Just recently,
This year.
Well, you say show or movie?
Show.
It's a show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A series.
Yeah, a series with Nathan Fielder where he
What's it on?
Max.
Yeah, HBO.
Yeah, he's brilliant. Like he
It's
did a
pretty
whole
interesting.
thing.
Nathan Fielder.
Well, he had a theory
Nathan
that a lot of crashes are caused because the co-pilot and the pilot don't communicate. And so he went through this whole, but he got obsessed with it, so obsessed that he became a pilot on the show just to prove his point. And it's pretty crazy.
It's masterful.
It's pretty intense.
Well, now, so it's a doc series?
Sort of.
It's hard to, it's like its own genre.
Well, Nathan For You was his original show. What he does a kind of a bit of trolling where he puts you in this situation where you have to figure it out. And every one of his bits, so I have this similar through line where he's sort of doing something, I don't know, not exactly above board, but it's a gray area.
Well, his whole point is that you can rehearse life.
Yes.
So he puts people in situations where they can actually rehearse a real life situation. So then he takes it to the extreme where now it's pilots rehearsing, but he puts them through the gamut of different experiments to try to get them to communicate, including having them judge like an American Idol type competition so they can get better at communicating with, rejection and things like that. But he's trying to pass a bill basically to increase communication with pilots and co-pilots.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's actually really interesting. I'd recommend it.
Yeah, it's good.
I got to see the trailer. Find
And
the trailer
he becomes
for
a
it.
pilot
He does,
on the show.
I know.
But he's not allowed to fly. He's not a commercial pilot.
He becomes a commercial pilot so that he can fly all these actors one flight.
But not a commercial pilot.
I think he becomes a commercial pilot.
I don't know.
Because I think you have to be a commercial pilot in order to fly over a certain number of people.
Oh, well, that's true.
So I
That's
think
true.
he actually becomes a commercial pilot, and he gets HBO to pay for the whole thing, which is also kind of funny.
Yeah.
It gets them to pay for his schooling.
Way to work the system.
And then he also kind of finds out he's autistic in the process.
Aren't we all?
Right? Because he has a lot of trouble learning, but he sticks to it. And
well, let's see if there's a trailer.
Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't heard it. He has a mission.
It's like a prank show, but the prank is so huge and elaborate that it's not really a prank anymore.
Right. It's actually he buys into his own mission, basically.
Yes.
If I got a whole bunch of pilots together and we're going to do some acting exercise, I would get that Volvo script and I would have them sit alone in the cockpit and I'd say you're
really
flying to your daughter's wedding.
Yes.
And your wife is dead.
Look all forlorn.
She died in a commercial airline accident.
But you'd have to have them working with the co-pilot on the audition, like what we were doing.
Right,
like
right.
now try to get a good performance out of him.
That would work.
Yeah, that would be the communication.
All right, Mayhem, you got one more?
Well, I got one more. Yeah, there's a single dose of magic mushrooms. They say it provides 5 years of depression relief.
Really?
Yeah, the research, a new study say 67% of depressed patients still in remission long after treatment, but expert urge caution. Excuse me.
What's wrong with everyone? What I don't get everyone. Everyone's got anxiety. Everyone's telling me
I'm
about...
gonna tell you, it's FOMO and weird stuff on the internet. If you're constantly
social
looking at
media.
your phone, right? It hacks your dopamine.
Everyone's telling me how they feel all the time, and I'm like, why don't you go fucking do something? Like, stop.
Do
sitting
men
around.
tell you how they feel?
There's an alarming number of young men who tell you about their anxieties with everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're a dude. You're not supposed to do this. Go fucking do something. Go break a sweat.
Yeah.
Go to Home Depot and go buy something and go bring it home and make it or something. Like,
Yeah.
stop fucking sitting around with thinking about all the shit you can't do or don't do or won't do.
Yeah, it's the not doing. It's the not acting on things, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone's living a passive life probably because they're all living a life based on social media and things like that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. You got to have a project. People don't get that
You
part
need
of life.
You need a purpose.
You need
some
a
kind
purpose.
of purpose.
Yeah. And for me, it's helping others. Just kidding. I like building shit.
You like cars.
I like cars. And driving.
Cars and plumbing.
Oh, yeah. I like PACs.
Yeah, PACs
Volvos. No, you got to have like
interests. You need interests.
You got to have interests, and then you have to have a kind of a. I tell people a beginning, a middle, and an end, and a whatever. You know, the big whatever race is coming up, middle of August. It's the historic race in Monterey, and look, I'm trying to get my car there. And I want to race the car. It's in the back here, but you got to prep it before it goes there because you can't just take it and race it. You have to flush all the fluids and do all this stuff. There's a bunch of like prep and like safety stuff. And I'm like starting to think about it now. And I'm like, oh, what kind of tires are going to let us run this year? They're going to tell you what kind of tires. The tires are on there are too old. You got to get new tires. You know, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I'm just like thinking about it. And then I was just like thinking about being in the car and being out on the track with 45 other cars and stuff. And I was like, I was thinking about the types of cars that are going to be out there. And it's like, I wonder if I could beat some of those cars in this car and whatever. And I'm already there. I'm like, I need my equipment. I got to get my stuff. I got to get my gear.
You got to fantasize about the future, or you got nothing.
Yeah, it's stuff to do.
Yeah, this study showed that the patients got experienced symptom relief. Yeah,
I'll tell you the problem with. I'll tell you what's going on.
Major depressive disorders.
Too many people are into like other people and stuff. You know what I mean? And like, what's going on with P. Diddy? I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't.
Got off.
Hey, I said that earlier.
I know. I don't fucking have a project. You have a project. You got to get a project going, or you'll go insane. You could be making a documentary. Not on P. Diddy.
Yeah, I'm not that interested in P. Diddy. For the record,
kind of am.
I'm
just
saying,
thought it was interesting that he got off. That's all.
I'm saying like we're losing it, and dudes are losing it because dudes need projects more than women. Women historically could read a romance novel or something and hang around or something. It was fine. They didn't go out of their fucking bean.
Yeah.
Men need to be physically. Men are basically. They're like a Labrador or something. Like you got to run those dogs. Like they got to come back tired. You got to take them out. You got to run them around.
Yeah,
like, they can't just fucking hang out.
I fought a few men today before I came in.
It's good. You got to run them.
But physicality is always good for depression, even for women too.
Everyone needs it. we took the men, we brought them all indoors. We had them just fucking watch porn on their tablet, and they're fucking they're eating their own brain, and they're telling me all about their anxieties. And I'm like, I don't know what your anxieties are. I don't know what that is. Just fucking go get busy. And then when I'm telling everyone to go fucking get busy, everyone is telling me he doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to go wash his own car. He doesn't have get the guy from TaskRabbit to come over and do that. And I'm like, do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself.
Yeah.
The amount of time people have been like, get them to bring the food. I go, no, go get your own food. Go get it. Go get no, but they'll bring it. Get the TaskRabbit guy to pick up the food on the way to coming over. And it's like, I don't do it. I'm telling you, get a fucking project.
Yeah.
You will eat your own brain. Too many guys sitting inside, too much air conditioning, too much phone, too many thoughts, too many. It's this narcissistic thing about what people are saying and whatever.
Yeah.
You need to be, I mean, you just had the great Brad Pitt. He did his F1 movie. The guy's been there, he's done that. And he was like, sitting in that car, that's an experience I've never had in my life. And
what experience?
Him in the car, him in the F1 car.
Oh, you mean not the guy in the commercial you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about Brad Pitt starring in the Volvo commercial.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know it was Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt made an
Didn't recognize him.
Well, he made an F1 movie. I figured it'd been they've shown commercials. It's been around over a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Well, even Brad Pitt's going on talk shows talking about his feelings now.
His feeling is when he was sitting in that F1 car, it was nothing. It's like nothing he's ever experienced, and he wasn't thinking about anything at that moment.
Right.
And you need a little bit of that.
Yeah.
A little bit of that. It's not about me. I'm in this moment, and this is what's happening.
The argument for mushrooms, though, is that maybe it could take the place of a lot of drugs, that prescription drugs. People are are also over medicated, so they're all numbed out.
They don't even know where the fuck they are. Everyone's on. Knock it off with all the fucking medications.
Yeah.
Knock it off with all your stomach, and I can't eat this. And here's how this makes. Everything is like. Here's how this makes me feel. Here's how this makes my head feel. And this is how it makes my stomach feel. Knock it off. You're all hypochondriacs. Go fucking break a sweat.
You ate mushrooms before?
I had magic mushrooms back in the
that's what I'm saying.
What we're talking about.
Well, no, I don't mean like a mushroom omelet. But what I mean is I mean like mushrooms, grown in cow shit, like a handful of like mushrooms.
Not
the
real stuff.
Well, what do you mean? It's the same thing.
What's the same? They make it.
Sebin.
Yeah,
I know, but this shit is
psilocybin.
I know, but this stuff is
something.
Been what is it?
Cultured,
homogenized and powdered and whatever. It tastes good.
They put it in little pellets, that's all.
Yeah, they're talking about...
They're chocolate.
They grow them the same way.
I've done it with the chocolate, like the microdosing with the little chocolate.
Yeah, I'm saying I had a handful of fucking... You had to shove peanut butter in them so you could
but they got the technology now.
He's like, back in my day, we had to grab our own mushrooms from the dirt.
I ate mine straight out of a cow pie.
And then come in chocolate.
No, I was like... I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, all I'm saying is I know you're talking about magic mushrooms. I'm just saying I physically had a bag of mushrooms, not chocolate pellets or whatever.
Yeah.
But you get to the same place.
And then what? You were happy for years after that, it seems like.
Did it do anything?
Maybe it's time for a revamp.
Did it do anything or no?
One time, I was high on mushrooms, and you gotta worry about mixing your drugs.
Yes.
No, don't worry, I know.
No, you're not. No, not you. Not you mixing your drugs. You mixing your drugs with the people you're taking drugs with and what drugs they're taking.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
So I was rolling along with my mushrooms and my buddies, feeling pretty good about ourselves. And then my buddy and his girlfriend showed up all coked up.
Oh, no, you can't mix those two.
And now I got the coked up crew and the groovy crew.
No.
And then the coked up crew is like all coked up and we're all grooving out. And then at some point...
That's bad.
I'm in the bathroom with the coked up girlfriend who needed to talk to me.
Why did you go like this?
She needed to talk to me.
It's like boobs
Talk to me. No, I said me.
No, I know. It just looks like.
It's a podcast.
Sorry.
So she needed to talk to me.
Yes.
About my feelings toward her because she knew I didn't like her because she was taking time away from my friend. And I was like, I don't care. I'm having a good time. And she's like, we got to talk. And she's all high on coke. And then my friend, who's all high on coke, is banging on the door. Like, what's going on in there? And she's like, shut up. I'm talking. I'm like, just please.
Chill out.
We're good. We're always good. All's good. I know he's your friend, and I know I'm in his life, and it's taking you away, taking him away from you because I'm spending time with him and not with you. He's like banging on the door. What's going on? I'm like, Bob, I'm trying to be high on mushrooms here, people.
Yeah.
You're high on coke. Go somewhere else with your coke high. Yes. And we're going to go back to Groovyville.
Yeah, you can't mix those two.
So it was a good trip overall then.
Yeah, it sounds like it was tainted.
I saw a couple commercials. I saw a Lee press-on nail commercial where they were putting stick-on Lee nails on their fingers, and I was looking at it. I was like, in our society, we value a kind of a bloody claw look on a woman. It's kind of a weird societal thing.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I don't like that.
Having long, bloody nails why is that attractive to the male species?
God bless America.
So what kind of society have we crafted here that this is somehow important or attractive? They're blood red, like they clawed somebody. Like, why is that attractive? And then the next commercial that came on was a monster truck commercial. He was coming to the Coliseum or whatever, and they're showing monster trucks, and they were mashing all the small cars, like running over them. And I was like, we like bloody claws and giant trucks mashing little trucks.
It's violence.
We like to smash the little stuff. And I was like all high going, we're kind of a fucked up society.
Yeah, I love our society.
This is our thing.
It's a
Lee press on
nails. Oh my gosh, those are so old.
They're so old. And I know this commercial. It's a woman. They're getting ready to go out. And she breaks a nail and she goes, oh, why tonight? And then the husband comes in and goes, what happened? And she's like, I broke a nail. And then she goes, oh. And then she uses her Lee press-on. It wasn't press-on. It was her Lee nail. She fixed it.
Oh, my gosh.
And then the husband comes back, and she shows him, and he goes, you grew a new nail. And she goes, almost. And they leave to go have a good time.
That is so dumb.
I know, but I thought that's what marriage was going to be like. I thought travel was going to be good, and marriage was going to be good. I didn't know the realities of
right.
both,
You base life too much on commercials.
Too much.
70s TV.
Did not work out in either department. All right, let's bring it home, Mayhem. I've heard enough.
All right, great. I'm done talking.
All right, I'm going to be in Irvine coming up. That's going to be, let's see, is that this Thursday? Yeah. Doing a live podcast. Is that this Thursday? I think it is with Jay Moore. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then Covina, 2 shows. That'll be Friday and Saturday. That'll be the 11th and the 12th. And that is 2 shows. And then Zany's in Illinois, Rosemont, 16th, doing a live show there. You can go to UpCurl.com for all the live shows, and you can go to EricaRhodesComedy.com for all her live shows as well. Yes. Mayhem, what do you got?
Got MAYHEMNow.com. It's a crappy website. It looks like it was made on MySpace. Check it out now.
So, till next time, Adam Carolla, Mayhem, and Erica Rhodes saying, mahalo.